Thomas, were you born a Christian Catholic, or did you convert because you believed in it?
I was brought up in that tradition, yes. But Islam is too complicated.
I think that
Once I
I,
study it.
Islam is too complicated.
I think Brother
Woo!
Thomas, I think that the Christianity and the Trinity is far more complicated than Islam. See, in Islam, we just believe in one God alone. We worship Him alone. We ask from Him alone. But in Christianity, this three in one, one in three different
Yeah,
places, one is far
three,
more.
Trinity and unity, yes. Yeah, Trinity is a unified being, or whatever you want to call it.
I believe
Within its,
I believe that's even more confusing than that's the most confusing. Islam is the most simplest religion in the world.
Yeah, Thomas. I mean, if you think it's easy, can you explain the Trinity to us? Because we all
do you
don't
want it?
understand it. I mean,
Do you
insofar
want
as we
it?
understand it, it
Okay.
doesn't make sense. It seems like three gods.
No, it's three in one divine essence.
Yeah. So is the
Because
Father God?
God, yes, the Father is God, the Son is God, and the Holy Spirit is God. The Creator Spirit, we call it. The Spirit of Truth,
Yeah.
the giver of
Are
life.
they identical to each other?
Identical to each other, yes.
The Father is identical to the Son.
Yes.
That's modalism, sir.
No, it is not. They are distinct persons, but they're identical to each other within a divine essence.
How could they
Of
be
course,
distinct persons if they're identical to each other? Do you know what identical means? It means they're the same.
correct. They're the same thing, but distinct persons.
No. I just asked you if the Father is identical to the Son, and you said yes. That's heresy.
Yes.
That's modalism.
That's not heresy. I can read you the creed right here. Says the Father is the
Thomas, I
Lord.
know. Hold on, Thomas. I know you just woke
Yeah,
up, buddy, but just slow
yeah.
down a second and listen to what you're saying. You said that the Father is identical to the Son. That's not orthodox.
Yes, it is. What are you talking? Let me check.
Bro, telling you,
Have you
your
read the
position.
Fathers of the Church? Are you sure? You're not.
Yeah, I
I'm not
have.
blaspheming the Holy. All right. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah, you are
Uh,
blaspheming. To say
yeah,
that the
Thomas.
Father and the Son are identical to each other is the modalist position. That's not Christian Trinitarianism. That's
No, no.
modalism,
That's
sir.
no, no. That's actual. It's not a heresy. That's the actual Orthodox doctrine. So modalism
Thomas,
just states, what, dude,
Thomas.
Muslim boy.
Yeah,
So
I'm not a
here's,
boy. I'm not a boy. I'm not a boy.
and
I'm not a boy.
but you should
Thomas, we're
really,
gonna reset. Thomas. I never seen you got like that before, man. Let's tone it down, please. Like, okay, if he's wrong, prove him. Just don't do that. Don't call anyone boy, okay? So chill out, man.
I'm just influenced by an evangelical Christian. That's all. This is
So why are
it's
you
his
hanging out
catchphrase.
with them, man? Just leave them alone.
Well,
Thomas, at the same time,
I'm not constantly yanking Muslims chains. The
Thomas, I had a
Muslim
question.
chains about.
Thomas, I had a
Hmm?
question for you.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
okay,
No, no,
go.
let him
Leave that.
let's
Leave
leave it
it.
one
Go
on
ahead.
one, bro. Just one on one.
Okay.
I don't want to pile on Thomas. Let Thomas deal at this point.
Yeah,
You can't get past.
I want Thomas to get back to your point, but I just want to ask Thomas one thing: that is he Thomas? Are you sincere and you're seeking? Are you sincerely seeking the truth first of all? Because if you're just here, you see the truth from your own books. We show you the contradiction to Allah and that He sent Jesus as a messenger. Would you become a Muslim?
Well, it depends on what your orthodoxy in Islam is, I
Okay,
guess.
خلاص خلاص. Hopefully, we're gonna take it at face
So
value. You're
continue. So
sincere. Okay,
continue with Muslim.
yeah.
Continue with Muslim. Don't worry.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Thomas. So
I
go ahead. You were reading something.
all right. I'm trying to find it here. Hold on. But there's no defiance of the Muslim faith and the Christian faith whatsoever, according to Orthodox and Catholic tradition, in light of their tradition. If
I don't know
Christ
what you
assumed the
mean.
divine,
There's no defiance. What do you mean by that?
yeah, there's no like deference or what do you call this? There's no dividing.
You
There's no
saying
division
you
between the Islamic faith and the Catholic and Christian.
are you saying that? Are you
If
saying we believe
Muslims
in the
are
same
saying
thing?
yes, we both believe in one God. Yes, this is the
That's the
there's
claim.
no
Yeah.
oh that's the claim. I gotta back it up. I gotta account for that.
Okay. Yeah, you got to back it up. But I'm just saying. Well, first of all, are you a Catholic?
Yes, of course. And the
Okay, you're a
Vatican is
Catholic.
very clear. Yes, the Vatican
hmm
is very clear that they do not make distinctions in partners of Allah, Adonai, Abba, Deus, what have you.
Yeah, we understand that's the claim, but you need to back it up. So my point is to you, you just said that the Father is the Son, that the Father is identical to the Son, and that's modalism, sir. I don't know why, as a Catholic, you would say that, especially coming from what you just said that Islam seems so difficult. I said, okay, well, explain the Trinity. And the first time you open your mouth about the Trinity, you make a huge blunder. A huge blunder.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. I'm just wondering how you could say that saying that the Father is identical to the Son is not modalism. I don't understand.
Because modalism just states that the Father, Son, and the Creator Spirit, or the Ruach al Qudus, are simply aspects of the Godhead and are not distinct persons. So, like, there's no combination between all three of them. They're just different aspects of the divine essence.
Yeah. So when you say that the Father is identical to the Son, that's what you're saying. You're saying that their two names, Father and Son, are just names for the same thing, for the same person. That's what identical means. Identical means that everything that is the same about one is the same about the other. So you can put an equal sign in between Father and Son. That's what identical means. You understand that, Thomas?
Yes, I understand. I'm trying to process it though. What you're trying to say.
Yeah. So like this. My real name is Jake, but on here it says Muslim Metaphysician. If I say that Jake and the Muslim metaphysician are identical, I'm saying that they're the same thing. They're just two names that refer to the same person. So if you say that the Father and the Son are identical, you're saying that they're just two names that refer to the same person. And that's why it's considered heretical. That's not the orthodox position is not that the Father and the Son are identical to each other. They're not identical to each other because they don't possess all the same properties. The Father possesses properties that the Son does not have, and vice versa. Therefore, they're not identical to each other. Still there, Thomas? Did you understand that?
Sorry, I'm just going through some like lagging. I'll be right back.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's funny how you were saying that Christianity is simpler than Islam. I think he's gonna have a lot of trouble backing that statement up.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how Thomas opened it up. And I'm just saying, well, okay, maybe we're just a little bit slow. Okay, so explain to us what the Trinity is. And his first explanation of the Trinity is actually heretical according to the Catholic Church, which he belongs to. I mean, and Thomas, if you don't believe me, because apparently you do have some Catholic and Christian friends on here, and presumably in real life that you trust, go and ask them if it's orthodox to say that the Father is identical to the Son. I can guarantee you any Christian worth anything is going to tell you, no, that's heretical. The Father is not the Son. That's why, that's why in the logical problem of the Trinity, we say Father is God, Son is God, Holy Spirit's God. The next three premises are the Father is not the Son, the Father is not the Holy Spirit, and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. Okay, so you cannot say that the Father is identical to the Son and then say that the Father is not the Son. It's just contradictory.
I think he's doing some research trying to figure out what he actually believes.
So the heresy you're referring to is not actually modalism. That's incorrect on the Muslim part. But the actual heresy you're referring to, uh, of whether the Father is identical to the Son, is Sabellian. Oh well, it is modalism. No, never mind.
Yeah, you're
It's
Thomas. You're looking
Sabellian,
at
but it's a very specific type of modalism. It's called Sabellianism.
Thomas. You're looking it up as we speak, buddy. And this is actually not good for you because if you don't know, right, it's not a problem. We're not going to laugh you off the stage. But even from a Christian point of view, you shouldn't really be talking about these things, especially about things like the Trinity and God, when you're not really clear on what you're saying. I mean, you just got through saying, well, it's not actually modalism, it's really Sabellianism. Sabellianism is modalism, it's just a different name.
No, it's not a different name. There might be some degree of difference between the Sabellianism
Thomas,
and
I'm telling
modalism.
you. I'm
Is it?
trying to tell
Yeah.
you that they're the same thing. I'm telling you they're the same thing. And now you're saying, well, maybe there's a difference. Why? So what you said
Yes,
doesn't seem silly.
there's a difference.
It's not difference.
The same way as someone would say that someone is intoxicated, the same as someone who says that someone is smashed or like inebriated. Yeah, there's
Thomas,
different
somebody
degree.
who's Thomas, there's no different degree. The commonality between Sabellianism and modalism is that the Father is the Son, meaning that they're identical to each other, that they're just two names that refer to the same person. That's what modalism is. That's what Sabellianism is. It's also sometimes been called patripassianism. Why? Because it comes from the idea that if you say that the Father is the Son, then you're saying that the Father, Patri, the Father, suffered, that he experienced passion. But that's not the Christian doctrine. Christian doctrine is that the Son suffered and died on the cross, and that the Father didn't. So these are just different names that are referring to the same problem and explaining it in slightly different ways. The Father suffering is problematic because you're saying the Father is the Son. Modalism, Sabellianism, they're all just names that are referring to the same heresy.
So it's
Regardless,
not like different degree. Okay.
no, there's no
So
different
it's not like
degrees.
there's a different degree with when you're intoxicated, you're drunk, and then you're smashed, right? The same way with
Yeah. Thomas, you're not drunk, are you?
no, I'm. There's a term. I think I'm smashed or something. I don't know.
Have you been
I
drinking, sir?
no, I haven't had sleep, man. I'm smashed. I
Oh, okay.
can't walk.
Oh, okay. SubhanAllah. You ought to get some sleep, bro, because I don't know. You're not really making sense here, man. There's, there's, there's no different degree here, bro. It's just either the father is identical to the son or he's not. There's not a degree to that. It's just a yes or no. Come on.
Well, no, I disagree with you. I guess as a Muslim, that there is a difference between Sabellianism, modalism, and the other heresy of the Greek Parpantuan or whatever, the
Come
long.
on, Thomas. You don't even know what it is, and you're saying there's a difference. Why would you say there's a difference? You don't know what it is. You haven't researched it.
No, I
Come on,
just
man.
think there's degrees, the same as Bob Sue Larry, the same as drunk hammered smash, or
There's
whatever you
no
want to call it.
degree.
So there are
There's no degree.
degrees of drunken. There are degrees of drunkenness. I can tell you.
Yeah, there's degrees of drunkenness. Fine. But I'm saying to you, there's no degree in modalism. You're either a modalist or a Sabellian or a Patripassian or not. You're either those things or you're not. That's it. You're the same. You're the same heresy. It's called Sabellianism because there was a fellow named Sabellius that actually held that heresy. So sometimes it goes by his name. But modalism is just referring to the same belief that he held. You see? That's
Honestly,
all it is.
Thomas, I think before you go to sleep, I think you should become a Muslim before you go to sleep, man.
I think Thomas, you should because if you don't trust me because I'm a Muslim, and I know you didn't say that, but I'm just telling you, if you don't believe me, go and ask your Catholic friends if it is okay, if it is Catholic doctrine to say that the Father is identical to the Son. I guarantee you they will tell you that's wrong, buddy. Guarantee you. And you come back and you tell me what you found. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go check it out.
But Thomas, do you agree? How do you see how Islam is less confusing than Christianity?
Yes, I think Islam is way more confusing than the Christian doctrine as it is as of now. Allah has
Thomas, do you have
within
You're
His
saying
Thomas?
nature.
you're
Do you have
saying
any other?
Thomas, you're saying
Yeah.
Thomas, you're saying that you think it's more confusing, yet the most fundamental doctrine of Christianity, the Trinity, you can't explain, with all due respect, the basics of, and you don't understand that what you just uttered when you attempted to is actually heretical, according to the Catholic Church. So, I mean, how on earth can you claim such a thing? You ask me to explain the basics of Islam, I can do it in a couple minutes, and I won't be spewing heretical positions according to our tradition. You can't explain the Trinity in 30 seconds without slipping over yourself and then starting talking about drunken degrees and all this kind of stuff. I mean, come on.
You there, Thomas?
Yeah, I think you should pass in the white flag. Let's bring up Orchid. Orchid is the expert on the Trinity. Orchid is in the building. Come up, Orchid.